It's apparently a bad time to film right now. I can't find a spot that I don't have a streak on my face. No, no. A little better, but I have like, the plant's giving me like peace signs in the back. We're just gonna go with it.
What I made it?
A gin vodka tonic.
You want a Bloody Mary if I make one?
Okay.
I'll just make the whole thing and
Yeah.
use some of it, and if you want, you can.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Aimee here. Today we're gonna talk about my May TBR, which is a little all over the place because I don't know what I want to read, so I just started picking books off my TBR shelf because I really need to read those books, but who knows if that's really the way I decide to go. So we'll start off with the Book Troop book club pick for the month of May, which is The Haunting of Ashburn House. This is by Darcy Coates. I've never read anything by Darcy Coates, so I'm really excited because I have been wanting to read something by her because I heard her books are like very intense. And this one has been on my radar, so like I said, I'm excited. It says, there's something wrong with Ashburn House. The ancient building has been the subject of rumors for close to a century. Its owner, Edith, refused to let guests inside and rarely visited the nearby town. Following Edith's death, her sole surviving relative, Adrian, inherits the property. Adrian's only possessions are a suitcase of luggage, $20, and her pet cat. I love it already. Ashburn House is a lifeline she can't afford to refuse. Adrian doesn't believe in ghosts, but it's hard to ignore the unease that grows as she explores her new home. So that's all we'll read. So it's a haunted house type of story, which I love. I don't have this book in my possession, but it might be something I need to purchase. And then I must continue the series, the extracurricular activity series by Neb Wilder. So this is Show Me. This is the third book, and I believe final book in the series. So this is Sam and Chet's story. Chet is openly gay. Sam is very openly straight. I got to know him a little bit in the last book, in book 2, and he seems like a fun character. So I'm excited to see where this story goes because it says 2 roommates, 1 camera, a whole lot of action. I get crushes the way some people get seasonal allergies. And sharing a house with 4 hot roommates is like being stuck in a permanent spring. Too bad I keep getting friend-zoned. But it's senior year now and I'm done pining for the impossible. Time to live it up and go out with a bang. And I'm definitely not getting attached to anyone, especially not my straight, gym-loving, football player roommate, Sam, whose impressively large smile, I caught a glimpse of it once. Or several times. That's why when Sam asks me for help with a very special project so he can make a little cash, of course I agree. In the name of friendship. It goes on to say, expect low angst, high heat, plenty of laughs, a flustered redhead, a gentle giant of a football player, and enough BDE to power a mid-sized city. These books have been so fun. Now the second one did kind of get more on the serious, dark side, but I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to this one. And it's just gonna follow me, y'all. It's just gonna follow me. And I'm finally doing it. Y'all have recommended this book to me so many times. This is The Jock by Tal Bear. I'm doing it in the month of May. This is the first book in the teen series. Wes Van de Hoek clawed his way off his family's West Texas ranch under the Friday night lights, earning a football scholarship to the state's best university. 3 years in, he has it all. He's the starting tight end, team captain, and according to ESPN, maybe the best football player in the nation, but he's been keeping a secret from everyone. Julian Swanscott has 3 certainties in his life. He's gay, football is overrated, and he really, really doesn't like cowboys. It's got a quite long synopsis, but at the end it just says, Wes is living under a microscope and the pressure keeps building as the team keeps winning. NFL wants him badly. Everyone wants something from him, but all Wes wants is to love Justin. Something's gotta give. So I'm doing it. I'm excited about it. Then I pulled out The New Husband by DJ Palmer from my TBR shelf because we had talked about his new book coming out in my last video. It comes out in May. And like I said in that video, I've never read anything by DJ Palmer. I knew I had this book on my TBR shelf, so I figured it was time. It was time to give it a read and see how I felt about this author. It's been a while since I've read the synopsis of this book, so I don't remember much about it. It says, what makes Simon Fitch so perfect? He knows all her favorite foods, music, and movies. Her son adores him. He was there when she needed him most. He anticipates her every need. He would never betray her like her first husband. The perfect husband. He checks all the boxes. The question is, why? I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to know too much. So yeah, we're going to get into it this month. And I just can't wait any longer. The Night Shift by Alex Finlay. I've been anticipating this book. It's a recent purchase, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get into it. And I think we've read the synopsis a couple times. It says, the night was expected to bring tragedy. It's New Year's Eve, 1999. A Y2K is expected to bring chaos. Planes falling from the sky, elevators plunging to the earth, world markets collapsing, a digital apocalypse. None of that happens, but at a Blockbuster Video in New Jersey, 4 teenagers working late at the store are attacked. Only one survives. Police quickly identify a suspect, the boyfriend of one of the victims, who flees and is never seen again. 15 years later, more teenage employees are attacked at an ice cream store in the same town, and again, only one makes it out alive. We're not going to read anymore. My friend Ashley from Benton Biblio's podcast read it, and she really enjoyed it, so I'm super excited to get into this one. Let me know in the comments if y'all read this yet. And once again, since we talked about a book coming out in May, I'm gonna dive into We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Once again, it's been a while since I've read the synopsis, so I don't really remember what this is about, but it says, if anyone asks you how it ends, just lie. We are Sinclairs. We live, at least in the summertime, on a private island off the coast of Massachusetts. Perhaps that is all you need to know, except some of us are liars. That's really all it says on the back, so I'm intrigued. So a family of liars, I'm guessing. We're gonna get into it. This next book has also been on my TBR shelf for a little while. I've never really picked it up. I have the audio waiting, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. It's Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This book was hyped up for a little while and I fell in love with the cover, so I decided to go ahead and get it, and I never picked it up. I never read it. I do, like I said, I do have the audio on my in my Audible library, so it's time to see what I think. Whether I'm gonna like it or not, am I gonna DNF it? I don't know. Let me know about this one in the comments down below if you've read it, if you liked it. No spoilers, just, you know, what you think. And I've been trying to work in my book of the month books into each month, at least reading one, getting one in there. So this is The Damage. This is by Caitlin Ware. This very much gives me fall vibes, but it was like, I keep my books in the order that I got them. So this was next in line. Although I have read some out of line, but I figured it's time to get into this one because it does sound really good, and I have heard some good things about it. I'm getting some snaps. An edgy, propulsive read about what a family pushed to the brink will do in the name of love and blood. Tony has always looked out for his younger brother Nick. So when he is called to a hospital bed where Nick is lying battered and bruised after a violent sexual assault, his protective instincts flare and a white-hot rage begins to build. As a small-town New England lawyer, Tony's wife Julia has cases involving kids all the time. When Detective Rice gets assigned to this one, Julia feels Nick is in good hands, especially because she senses that Rice too understands how things can quickly get complicated, very complicated. After all, one moment Nick was having a drink with a handsome stranger. The next, he was at the center of an investigation threatening to tear not only him, but his entire family apart. And now his attacker, out on bail, is disputing Nick's version of what happened. Looks like it's going to be a story of revenge. So yeah, once again, let me know in the comments if you've read it, what you think about it. And lastly, I figured it was also time to read the next book in the Actress series by N.R. Walker. This is Code Blue. This is Jeremy and Steve's story. Jeremy is part of the band, and Steve is, I believe, a bodyguard. Steve Frost had dreams of wearing the national championship belt in mixed martial arts, maybe even going pro, but instead finds himself working as a security guard for the rich and famous in LA, quickly earning a reputation for his blunt and precise people management skills. He lands a position on the security team for an up-and-coming boy band, Actress. Years later, he's head of security. He knows these boys, and with countless tours, flights, car trips, public events, concerts, he's closer to one band member in particular. Jeremy has been a pillar for Actress since day one, but even more so these last few months. He's also got himself the attention of a delusional stalker fan. When the fame and stress become too much, when Jeremy's health takes a hit, Steve becomes Jeremy's lifeline. But as Jeremy knows already, and as Steve is about to learn, not even the brightest star can shine forever. I loved Code Red, so I can't wait to see what this story is gonna bring. That's all I picked out for the month of May. Like I said in the beginning, we'll see how the month goes. I'm not much of a mood reader. Sometimes I'm a mood reader, but the majority of the time I pretty much follow books that I pick. But we'll see. Sometimes I go off the rail and I'm just like, I'm not into this. I want to move on to this. So we shall see. And we have now just a white blur right here. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about reading in the month of May. Like I've mentioned throughout the video, let me know if you've read any of these books. We'll talk about it in the comments down below. Hope you're all doing well out there, staying safe. Hugs from me all around, y'all, and I'll see you very soon in a new video.